Mordheim City of the Damned was developed by Rogue Factor and was published by Focus Home Interactive, and has been released for the PC recently and will be going onto consoles in early 2016. The game is based off a tabletop game made by Games Workshop of the same name, and is in the realm of the fantasy Warhammer world. The game is set in the Empire city of Mordheim, about 500 years before the present day in the Warhammer world. Present day ignoring Age of Sigmar, as that's not proper Warhammer to me. During an Imperial civil war, a twin-tailed comet smashed into the city and scattered shards of magic stones that were later called Word Stones. Since the stones have awesome properties, many of the warbands fight to collect as many as possible, running into different factions when scouring the ruined city. As a player, you can choose from 4 different warbands. The Reichland Mercenaries, your typical knight-like humans, Clan Eshin, who are a race of giant rats known as Skaven, the Sisters of Sigmar, battle nuns that kick ass, and the Cult of the Possessed, the mad, crazy people who love chaos. With your warband, you fight through Mordheim, collecting Wordstone, and smashing the faces of your opponents that seek the same treasure as you. If you have ever played the tabletop version of Mordheim, it is identical in story and setup, but it is also very welcoming for new players that don't know anything. So how does the game play? Well, it's a turn-based strategy game where you navigate through the city and end your turn after moving, jumping, climbing, attacking, whatever you plan to do. Unlike games with similar aspects, in this game the turns are based off initiative. You may move one character, but then the enemy can move their next guy. There is no player turn, enemy turn. It's all mixed together, so you have to know your enemy well. There are also percentages in success for when you perform an action. You may jump and fall, taking some damage. Your attack may miss as your enemy ends their turn with a boost in dodging. You can play in campaign mode where you fight an AI, or you can fight friends or random opponents online with your warband. So there's a lot of variety in gameplay and how to tackle the map you play in. Is the gameplay good? Surprisingly, yes. The game was an early access release at one point, which had its problems, but it has now been patched and fully released, and it is definitely a lot smoother and more enjoyable. Each warband brings a new game to the table as each of them specialize in different things, and have unique playable characters. I will say it gets hard, as you can lose guys permanently if you are not careful at the end of battle. Even if they somehow survive the odds of not dying, they can be plagued with permanent damage, such as having lost an arm and they can now only carry one-handed weapons, or having a broken foot so their movement is horribly reduced. The game cripples you and you have to keep going. What about the music? The music fits the theme of the game and makes Mordheim seem very dark and scary, which is good. Nothing amazing pops out, but with all the strategizing going on, it's a nice background noise to have. As for the voices, there are sections of the campaign mode where you are given snippets of dialogue for whatever warband you're using. These can range from the twitching Skaven,
Mordheim nest have much warpstone. Clan Eshin make trouble pain to keep other clans away. Must be swift silent, not let other clans know no.
to the crazy talks by the Cult of the Possessed.
I can feel your ambition and your desire. I can see it rising from your tainted flesh, boiling up from your blackened soul. You are not content to merely be. You must know why. That is good. That is as it should be.
They sound perfect. Is this game worth looking into? Definitely, especially if you're a Warhammer fan. This is a great game and is more personalized than others as you control your own warband, give them equipment, name them, set everything up how you want. If you like playing Valkyria Chronicles, like I did, then you'll be comfortable with how the game plays. If you aren't a Warhammer fan and you haven't played Valkyria Chronicles, still give it a try. You'll learn to love at least one of the warbands. If you plan to play this game, henchmen are cheaper than heroes, so make them expendable. Also, the game is random as hell with injuries and mutations. Have fun to see what story emerges around your warband, and make it your own story. Enjoy!